Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Saturday, September 4th, 2021. Time is 5:53 p.m. Yes, Jersey time. All right, we got a blue zero hero story and also a sad story. A puppy has encountered a police officer. I don't have to tell you what happened to the puppy. This story is reported on Yahoo News. This came out on August 27, 2021. Reads as follows. Police officer sued after shooting puppy dead in front of its owner. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it, but I don't know. How's that going to work out? Because there's no monetary value to the dog. I don't know how that works because it is a dog. A pet is considered property, but I don't know. Let's read and find out. A couple in Colorado are suing a police officer who shot their puppy after he initiated an encounter with the pair. In June 2019, Loveland police officer, Loveland, I think I've done stories about there. That's another crappy police department. Loveland police officer Matthew Grashorn arrived in an empty lot where Wendy Love and her husband were letting their dogs run around and drink water. The officer was responding to a call from the owner of a nearby building who saw the couple on his remote security cameras and demanded the police see what they were up to. Body camera footage of the incident shows Mr. Grashorn arrived without announcing his presence, drew his pistol unprompted. He levels his gun on one of the couple's dogs who was running over to the man. Mr. Grashorn calls the couple to call the dog off, which they do. The dog obeys. One of the couple's other dogs, a 14-month-old Staffordshire Terrier and boxer mixed puppy, named Herkimer, I don't know who knows, leaped out of the truck and darted toward the officer before the couple had time to react. Mr. Grashorn fired 2 shots at the dog in the video. The dog drops to the pavement instantly. Miss Love can be seen standing in shock in the moments after the shooting. "Why did you do that?" Miss Love obviously shaking asked in the video. "I don't know, because he's coming after me like he's going to bite me," Mr. Grashorn said. All right, let me tell you something, people. And this is a message to you cops out there. You got a dog coming at you, just kick the dog in the face. You got boots on. Give it a size 12 or 10, whatever your foot size is. You know, a cop friend of mine, we talked about this, and I said, what do you do if a dog comes after you? You know what he did? He stuck out his foot. That's what he said. The same thing I said. And he agrees with me. He says, I'd take the dog bite over shooting the dog and all the crap coming along with that. You don't shoot a dog. I delivered newspapers between the age of, I was 13 through the age of 15. So for 2 years, I delivered newspapers. I encountered dogs every once in a while. Never had a problem. They bark. One time I got bitten by a dog riding my bicycle. I didn't shoot the dog. I just pedaled my bike as fast as I could to get away, and the dog caught up and nipped me on the leg. I went home, cleaned the wound off, and put a Band-Aid on it. I guess that was it. I delivered flowers at one time, one of my little dopey jobs I had, and I would hear dogs once in a while. And one time I knocked on the door, and a little old lady opened up the door to get the flowers, and their little mutt came out and nipped me on the ankle. I didn't go postal on the dog. I just, hey lady, your dog just bit me, but big deal. But these cops, these bad ones, they can't wait to hurt somebody. It's like the social pass. They got to shoot that dog. They don't say to themselves, hey, you know what? I'll try to kick the dog. I've got a nightstick. I got pepper spray. I'll pull it out. I'll ward the dog off with the nightstick. If that doesn't work, that'll give me time to grab the pepper spray and spray it. They can't, because you know what? They have no feelings. Because any other person say, I'm not going to shoot this dog. It's just people's pet. That's how I would feel. How I think. He says, I don't know, because he's coming after me like he's going to bite me, Mr. Grashorn. By the way, how big is this dog? Is it a terrier or something? They're not big dogs. It's not like it's a... I could almost understand if you got like... what's that big dog? Rottweiler, what's that other big one? Real big, nasty dog. I can almost understand something like that coming at you, might, but I would, with all the things we give him, stun guns, nightsticks. If I had a nightstick, that's it. The dog's taking a stick in the face. The couple plead with the police to let them rush the puppy to the veterinary hospital, but Mr. Grashorn would not allow them to leave until his supervisor arrived. I would say, screw you, I'm taking the dog, I'm gonna go. You wanna arrest me now, make it worse? Ma'am, you're not going to be able to help him, Mr. Grashorn tells Ms. Love in the video. Yeah, see, again, this is a sociopath, lacks empathy. Instead of saying to himself, you know what, you take the dog to the vet, I'll stay here with your husband. It took the officer's supervisor 8 minutes to arrive on the scene, during which time the dog can occasionally be seen lifting its head off the pavement. When the dog was eventually taken to the vet, officers told the veterinarian that the animal had attacked one of our officers. Well, attack to me means it's aggressively going after and trying to bite. A dog running, I've had it happen. How many people out there saw a dog? I've been out of the park, dog come running at me. You know, I just stood my ground, and the guy would say, hey, the dog's all right, he's not going to do anything, and then there's no problem. The couple are being represented in court. Hold on. Herkheimer was euthanized 4 days later, and the couple were charged with a dangerous dog. You know, what a bunch of bullshit. Offense. Though that was later struck down by a district attorney's office. Good. The couple were being represented in court by attorney Sarah Shielke, I don't know, Shielke, who has sued the Loveland Police Department twice in the last 2 years. The department has been subject of excessive force complaints in the past. I'm pretty sure I did a video on one of these guys. And on multiple occasions, their allegedly heavy-handed attacks have been recorded by officers' body camera. Herkheimer was clearly a friendly dog and not dangerous to anyone, Ms. Shielke told the Washington Post. He looked like he was curious and excited to greet this officer, and watching him get shot in the head and fall down was traumatic. I'm sure it was. The attorney said the only thing worse than watching a video like this is watching a video like this and not doing anything about it. She also claimed that her clients became depressed after Herkheimer was killed. The couple said they hope their lawsuit will change the department. It needs to be cleaned out. The Loveland Police Department internal review ruled that Grashorn acted appropriately. Well, of course he did. Violence is part of their job. Violence is, you know, these cops, they get on the police department. You know, it's the birds of a feather flock together scenario. You know, violence, they like to hang out with other people that think like them. You know, like-minded people think and hang out together. So you got violence as a way of solving problems, and they get a job where violence solves a problem, and they're all like that. So when they get a review, they look at, oh, he didn't do nothing unusual. Violence is how we solve problems. The officer has faced no disciplinary action for the shooting and has not responded to the lawsuit. The city of Loveland is still reviewing the complaint. Now, this is out in Colorado. Let me go back and look. This is, yeah, a couple in Colorado. Now, if I recall correctly, Colorado is no longer a... What do you call that when the officer is protected? I forget the name. Slipping my brain. I'm sorry. People always talking. Qualified immunity. They struck that down now, so I guess the officers, oopsie. But I'm sure taxpayers will probably be paying for his legal fees. But I hope this person wins. This couple wins. There's no reason for this dog to get killed. Pretty much every story I ever read and done, and in fact, I'm in the town where we have an officer that killed one dog, hurt the other one, because he feared for his life.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
It's gotta change. But how do you stop a community where violence and sociopaths are attracted to, and they don't feel other people's pains, and officers that behave like this, they're sociopaths as far as I'm concerned. All right, put the link in the description. Read the story yourself. Let me know what you think. Cop feared for his life again, shot a little dog. Till next time, people.
Loveland police under scrutiny again this evening, this time for a shooting that killed a family pet.
And tonight, that family is suing, claiming what happened to them is indicative of a larger problem within the police force. With our top story, here's Denver 7's CB Cotton.
When an empty parking lot becomes a place of peril, you have a problem.
This is a real ongoing issue out of Loveland.
At least that's how attorney Sarah Shelke sees it.
I can't make sense, not just of the decision to shoot this dog.
Why did you have to shoot him? He's a puppy! Get to your truck!
But that's the decision made by Loveland police officer Matthew Grasshorn on June 29, 2019. According to the lawsuit, a couple parked in the back of this parking lot. They say they were painting an icebox for their firewood delivery business. They had their 3 dogs with them and they let them out to play. What they didn't know, the owner of this building, he had called police.
Apparently this business owner had a remote camera he was watching on, and he said, they're not anywhere near my dumpster, but just go see what they're doing to make sure they don't mess with my dumpster.
Body camera video released on Wednesday shows Officer Grasshorn exiting his car.
Whirlwind of terrible conditions from Loveland police that led to the killing of his family's pet.
The video then shows 2 of the family dogs approach him. The officer shoots one of them, named Herkimer. Shelke says the dog was euthanized 4 days later.
Colorado has the Dog Protection Act, and it requires, it's supposed to at least, a heightened additional amount of training for police officers so that they're not just gunning dogs down the first second they see one.
I'm not in the business to get bit.
The lawsuit filed against the officer, his supervisor, and the police chief alleges many things, to include that the officer could have got back in his patrol car or used less lethal force, that Herkimer displayed no signs of aggression, and that officers lied about the situation.
I'm thinking about vicious dog, or a dog charge.
Yeah.
For that.
Somehow all of us citizens, we're all making it from point A to point B, not gunning each other's dogs down.
He's a dog pit bull going to come to bite me. I don't take the chances. I have to do what's going to work.
See what this officer saw in this video and think you need to shoot that dog twice. You shouldn't be a police officer.
Soon after the incident, Loveland police said Officer Grasshorn's actions were justified and within policy. The lawsuit alleges the officer's actions weren't. And Shelke believes the entire department needs an overhaul.
They are not changing their behavior, despite being recorded.
In Loveland, I'm CB Cotton, Denver 7.